When Healin Good was announced, I was expecting a complete redo of Hugto. After Star Twinkle, the color scheme went back to our default pink, yellow, and blue. Today let's talk about the lovely designs of Healin Good. At first look, Healin Good's got a clean, vibrant style, with really bright colors in the hair. The poster features pastel vines in the background, giving a soft and healthy vibe. Scattered across are the season's gimmick, the element bottles. The bottles are pretty cute, but we'll talk about the merchandise later. The show's promotional art features lush, vibrant greens, whether it's the grass, the background, or this element bottle. There were a lot of hopes for a green cure, but sadly, they never came true. Nodoka, Chiyu, and Hinata are our new main characters, but so are the mascots. Let's start with the girls. As a group, they've got a good variety with each of their uniforms being suited to them. Chiyu gets blue and Hinata gets pink, which suits her fashion interest. It's a small deviation, but a noted one. Nodoka's the MC and she's got pretty short hair for this franchise. She's got a cute outfit with all her teammates' colors, and a flower clip in her hair. She's probably the mildest protagonist in recent times, which you can really tell by her design. Her pose is pretty relaxed and there's really no elements of her design that draw your eye in. It's all very simple. As a cure, she gets a big bright yellow flower where her clip used to be, and now features long magenta hair. Her skirt is flower shaped and she's got a doctor's coat, as they all do. I love the symmetry in the hair and the outfit as well. The small yellow and green accents are pretty unique, which help her stand out among the previous flower cures. The doctor's coat does this too, since she stands out among bloom, blossom, and flora. Really cute civilian form, great design. I don't usually bring up their family, but I do love how similar her mom's design is to hers, with the hair color and the type of skirt. Chiyu is up next, and she's the season's blue cure. One of the things I love about Chiyu is that long denim skirt. It's an iconic and graceful outfit with a soft purple and golden belt. If only the Cure form was as good. I'm the #1 hater for this hairstyle. Cure Fontaine's hair is such a mess. I think what bothers me is how lazy it feels and how bad it looks from each angle, especially the back. We've had cascading hair with Mermaid, but this is awful. It doesn't just end there though, the outfit is pretty bad too. The boots, the awkward ruffle, the cape. She really is one of the worst water designs we've ever had. It's very simple and blue, but it just seems like they said water and threw a bunch of colors on this outfit. It's very messy. Lastly, we've got the cutest civilian form, Hinata. I love that she gets so many colors to wear. Her twin tails are pretty cute and the jacket is really cool and stylish. She knows how to dress. Her cure form though, okay, I only hate Fontaine. I do think the bottom half was a choice, but I love Sparkle's cat ears and the bushy twin tails she rocks. The back of the coat ending in a star is also very creative. However, I think the brown stockings were a terrible choice. It's the darkest color and draws your eye away from the rest. Maybe if she wasn't so yellow above the waist. Also, why is her top half so over-designed? Twinkle had a pretty similar problem. I don't know what it is with these star-themed yellows. There's a lot going on here and it's not all good. I think as a team, these are some of the weakest designs we've received in recent years, and a great argument for the franchise to drop the classic archetypes. Fontaine is a really bad water cure, and Sparkle is not great among the stars. Grace is the only one who comes out of this looking decent. Unfortunately, all of these ideas, motifs, and themes have been done much better, inviting comparison to past seasons. As a team, their concept just feels tired. Despite this, I do appreciate the effort into making them look united. They've all got a coat on, a tiara, and their motif forms their highlights in the hair. When I saw them, I thought this was going to be like Hugto. Why? Well, the eyelashes. That looks like makeup. We've got a pink with flowers, a yellow with a star motif, but it's not just Hugto. The team feels like we've already done this before. I really hate to say it, but this is a great argument for different color schemes. When you try the same stuff over and over again, you end up relying on tropes that can really stunt a team's aesthetic. Their personalities aren't as affected, but I have to admit, this team looks bad. It's not just the hair, it's the outfits, it's everything. I think that they should have had a second layer of inspiration, which their movie power-ups do address, but overall, I was really disappointed coming back to these. I knew I didn't feel strongly about the designs because I always got them mixed up with hug toes, but it is a lot worse when you look at them. Now before we get into the transformations, let's talk about the mascots. The Healin animals are pretty popular for their personalities, but what about their design? We never really got to see these ones in the show, but the Healin animals actually have human forms. Human forms have been a pretty long tradition in Precure, and I never really get tired of them. One thing I like about these is that they make use of hoodies to make the animals look human but retain most of their animal elements. Each of the outfits completely captures their energy, especially Nyaturan and Pegitan's different glasses. Outside that, their mascot forms are pretty basic, same head shape we've come to expect. I do like the accessorizing with the tufts of hair and Dabirin's rose tie, but I mean, it's a Precure mascot, you know what it's gonna look like at this point. Healin Good Operation is a short, hopeful tune that accompanies one of the simpler transformations in recent seasons. Lots of people loved how short it was, and with time, I've come to love it too. The mascots transform into Healin sticks, and the girls transform with them, which is pretty unique. This season actually had the mascot be the transformation item and the first weapon, so they're pretty versatile. I love the doctor's coat appearing at the beginning, and how the whole thing relies on the mascot and Cure working together. Everything is so simple and stylish despite the faster pace. Seeing Hinata's hair down is a nice touch, as is the green background. The backgrounds are all really great here, and the Cure's motifs add flourishes where needed. Overall, I think the short, snappy transformations really work. The little clink at the end is super cute too. The girls' first attacks are pretty impactful. Grace gets Healing Flower, which fires a massive beam of floral energy, delivering the element from the Byogen like a little baby. I have to say, Fontaine's attack has gorgeous Sakuga, and Sparkle gets some good wind-up. From the stuff we've covered so far, I'd say that Healin Good was a return to the basics with the usual colors, motifs, and attack types. While I ragged on the Cure designs, I think the transformations and attacks make a great case for less is more. They're just having fun with it, and everything is really simple because we've seen it all before. For the girls to unlock further attacks, they'll need more element bottles. These are the season's collectibles, so let's go over them. The concept of a bottle capturing some of nature's essence is really cute and reminds me of perfume. Or maybe the Healin animals drink it up? I think the first three are the best, the latter ones feeling underused or just random. Notica gets flower, harvest, and leaf, which do give her nice variety, but then Chiyu gets water, ice, and rain. Much like Mermaid, I guess they didn't have a third state for water. It could have been mist, but I guess not. Hinata gets light and lightning, which are pretty cool, but then also gets fire, which I don't recall her using much. I know it's nitpicky, but I would have loved to see more creativity with naming themes. Perhaps we could have bottles for combo attacks, like a storm bottle for Chiyu and Hinata, or maybe the group bottle could have been called the garden bottle, because the Cure's elements are things plants need to grow. You won't believe me, but it's actually called the special Healin Good bottle because it's special and it's from the show Healin Good. Anyway, the one we're here to focus on is the Miracle Healing Bottle. Around episode 11, the girls unlock their first group attack, Healin Oasis. The attack features a lush green background as the girls tap the bottle and bring life to the environment around them. It's a very thematically fitting finisher with really pretty beam animation. A nice touch is that now the element is carried by 3 hands. So who are the girls attacking? The show's main villains are the Byogen, who represent viruses or disease. They're a classic trio who summon monsters with a unique red energy to them. I mean, it looks menacing enough. I think that after all these seasons, they're bound to start looking a bit vague. I'm not complaining. As a trio, they've all got devil horns and unnatural skin tones, as well as a little scorpion tail in the back. I like the color palettes. especially Shindoine's, and I think they're very recognizable based on their archetypes. I also appreciate the little black wings they get in their power-up. A bit into the series we get Bateto Moda, who is probably my favorite general for shaking up the status quo. Unlike the rest, he's an actual animal and has a much goofier design. I feel that he and Nebusok stand out to me, despite the latter looking a bit iffy. Our final villain is the powerful King Byogen. He has a dog-like design with flowing teal hair and a fancy red coat. He's also got a menacing horn and reminds me a lot of Teatinu. She's the queen of Healin Garden, who's a graceful dog with long purple hair. It's interesting that their designs are connected, and I wonder if there was meant to be more. Speaking of, what's up with that statue she keeps looking at? If you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to subscribe. Only 23% of you who watch actually subscribe, and I'm sure that if you've made it this far, you probably like something about the channel, so stick around and browse to see if there's anything else that might interest you. With that said, let's get right back into it. As expected from the color scheme, latte, and Precure tropes, we were all expecting a brand new character. So when the name Cure Earth was leaked, I was not expecting this. She's the character that represents the earth and uses wind, but her main color is purple. I feel like this was a missed opportunity since even her civilian dress and her movie outfit use green. Anyway, Cure Earth is purple, and much like the rest, there's not that many accents. What I do like is how graceful her outfit is. The asymmetry is stylish and the frill looks gorgeous. She looks like a fantasy princess. The wavy frill and winged accessories really put across the wind theme too. I complained about the Cures being pretty basic color-wise, but I feel like her outfit bothers me the least. I like Grace and Earth the most, followed by Sparkle with Fontaine in last place. Cure Earth feels pretty special among the rest, with the longest hair and outfit. As a group, the palette is pretty, but I still wish Earth was green, especially since Hinata didn't get too many green accents, so it would have made sense to use green now. Much like the previous three, she transforms with her mascot Latte, who doesn't transform into an item. Instead, she gains the Earth Windy Harp. The transformations got lots of leaping and twirling to really emphasize the wind theme. Latte runs across the background, a mini cyclone forms the harp, and there's all these feathers and currents in the background. It's a very grand transformation since her element plays such a large role. It's also really cute that Latte gets to bark right at the end. She's so precious. Cure Earth's attack, Healing Hurricane, resembles the group finisher in that it's a beam, but it also reminds me of Ange's attack with all the feathers. I think I just love windy attacks and wind-themed cures, to be honest. The giant stream of air looks so powerful that it's really believable that she's a strong and legendary cure. This season's power-ups are called the Healin Good style, and they're unlocked by the Healin Good arrow. This is a weapon I love due to concept alone. A flying injection is so funny to me, I kinda wish they'd done more with it. It's a very campy idea, and I love when they do goofy stuff like this. The Healin Good style falls into the bigger is better mentality that's been plaguing us for a bunch of years now. Don't worry, the movies will fix this. They're pretty meh, so I won't go in depth. They're just longer hair and outfits. I feel like I've complained about them in previous videos, especially Earth being symmetrical. Like, wow, that's so cool. At least the music is good. The track that plays in the background is so hopeful and inspiring. It really captures the season vibe and makes the attack more impactful. I think the hand shots always look great, and this is no exception. Now, as I said, those aren't the only power-ups we have, because we still have the movies. Healin Good's movie has not one, not two, but 3 new power-ups. First, let's talk about the new characters. Kaguya is a new MC, and her hair actually reminds me of Komekome. Anyway, she's the element spirit of the miracle flower and has a really pretty outfit. The flower ring at the back to show the time she has left is genius. Her mother has the most obvious villain design ever, but I will admit, it's still a nice design. The slick black hair and the eyes gave it away pretty fast though. Ego is our real final villain, and he's got a very weaselly design. I love how mischievous he looks right from the start. It's a very fun design and it looks great animated. When he absorbs Kaguya's powers, he takes on a more plant boy form. I appreciate how stocky he looks, and the red eyes really do add contrast. So those are our 3 new characters, but what about our cures? The partner forms fix everything I hated about the original. The kimono look really improves the design's shape, and the animal elements look pretty interesting. Let's go one by one. Cure Grace gets cute bunny ears and a giant flower on her obi. The sleeves are really cute, as is the giant flower on her head. I love that they kept the green and yellow accents in both the tassels and the obi. The flower theme is still really strong too, if not more so in the skirt, socks, and accessories. A part of me wishes Healin Good did have a traditionally Japanese theme, so the outfits could look a bit more like this. Cure Fontaine's is still losing me with all this blue, but I do like the darker shade since it gives her palette some much needed contrast. Everything still feels a bit samey, but I'm glad they leaned in a bit more into her ice theming. Cure Sparkles is a lot of fun, if only for simplifying her top. It looks much more cohesive now, and the stripes are rather fashionable. With those bigger sleeves and the striped stockings, it's easier to focus on her and not just her legs. I love the little green accents and that long, bushy tail. Cure Earth's is, well, it's certainly bigger. I know I said these were better, but in some ways, the old designs still have their charm. It is a mixed bag. I just wish that they had this kind of inspiration in them. Anyway, back to Earth. The dog tail is cute, but it just feels random and misplaced, especially when they choose to keep Latte's brown on it, but not put brown on Earth's palette. The dress was already pretty complex, so this one just feels over-designed. We can never really win with this team, which is a shame, but you know, the transformation is nice. I also like that Hinata's earring is a little fish, so it's not all terrible. Healin Partner Quartet is a great attack too, with them riding the mascot and then riding into the foe as a light beam. It was a very epic scene in the movie. However, that's not all, as Cure Dream and Grace get another power-up just for them. What this signals to me is just how malleable the Healin Good designs are. The team were prime candidates for form changes, because the designs are so simple. You could throw on anything else, and just have it work out somehow. Anyway, these give Dream an updated art style with a really pretty face and gorgeous glossy hair. I love how it combines both the butterfly and flower themes. The antenna as hair accessories are my favorite touch. At first I didn't like these when I saw them, but now that I've watched the movie, they're really cute. There's also a lot of creativity you might miss at a first glance. The shoes open up like flower petals, and the skirt is really just butterfly wings. Even the little antenna might not immediately be read like that. White is always a great choice, and these are some of the prettiest power-ups in the franchise. The girls holding hands while transforming is super cute, and the Sakuga for their attack, it's pretty great. I think you should watch the movie just for the scene where these girls get the power-up. Nodoka's a bit greedy though, so she gets a third power-up which gives her a huge hammer and is super iconic. I think it's just a powered up version of her partner form, but that's fine. She gets some gorgeous flowing robes and a warm orange added to her color palette, really making it pop. It's very well animated, and looking great is what's important here, so I have to admit that while it doesn't change too much, I still think it's a really good outfit. Overall, Healin Good's designs are far from my favorite, but what really stands out to me is how much better they get when you add even one more inspiration. They're severely undercooked. I think the overall aesthetic and theme needed lots of work. This season feels like it plays it too safe with all its designs. Even the civilian forms feel down to earth and not in a good way. Delicious Party is currently airing, and I feel its designs are a good example of how pink, blue, and yellow can still look unique. This season needed something bigger, because as it stands, these are probably my least favorite designs. I'm sorry, but sometimes less is just less. If you've made it this far, be sure to stick around, subscribe, and browse the channel. There's probably something else that would interest you. I'd like to thank you all for making it to the end, and with that said, I'll see you all next time.